Hey, what's up guys? It's NashCrafter and welcome to my channel for another episode, well the finale episode of my Minecraft single player 1.17 Let's Play. Welcome you guys. I am just, oh man, I don't even know how to feel about this video, to be honest. Normally I say I'm excited in that moment, but this is a little bit of a bittersweet video because we're going to be leaving my 1.17 world behind today. Now, with that being said, there is a little bit of a silver lining. Don't be sad, guys, because later on in the episode, I have an announcement, a really exciting announcement for the future of Let's Plays here on my channel. So please stay tuned for that. But you guys, without further ado, I want to hop right in because today we're going to do a world tour slash kind of look down memory lane sort of thing, because I feel like that only makes sense to do on a finale episode. Like, I just want to show you guys everything that I did in this world, and there was only 13 episodes. I think this is the 14th episode, so there's not like a whole lot to show you guys. I wish I would have done more throughout this series. With that being said, we did build some really cool stuff, and I want to show you guys all of that. So let's hop to it. But look at this. We are looking at spawn. This is the exact block that I spawned in on. I like to mark this in my worlds because it just sort of gives you like that feeling of this is where the world started. This is where everything started, and we kicked it off. And over here, really early on, we saw that there was like a little village over here. So I, of course, went straight to the village. This was super important to go to. We'll talk about that in a second. That is a build that I did. But we moved into this village, and I was originally going to plan, or my original plan was to kind of take on this village and to remodel it and do something really cool with it. And we did do a few really cool builds, including this one, which I'll talk about here very soon. But if we move down this way, the first thing that I saw in this world was this ravine. I thought this was the coolest ravine ever, and I definitely wanted to start mining as soon as possible in this game because Fortune 3 had come out at this point, and it was so important to get that early on. So we went down, I made this little mine, and this ravine is where I did a lot of my early game mining, and I actually still even left some stuff. I probably could have went through and got those, but this was a huge mine shaft that just went all the way through this area here. It was so cool to get to explore this. We found glowberries down here for the first time. We found our axolotls here for the first time in this little water pocket here. We found our first geode, which actually I want to head down and show you guys because it is this way. If we kind of go take a peek down here, over here. Was it down this way? I think so. I think this is the geode. Yeah, here it is. This is the geode. We got the glow lichen as well. I did mine it all out and use the resources. So we just have the little geode clusters here, which is pretty fun to harvest because they make the beautiful sounds. But oh gosh, can I even like get out of here? I'm having trouble. Okay, I'm having trouble. Let me just kind of move on over and hopefully I can get my way back out. All right, so I made it back out. There's a lot of other cool things that we did down here, including building a mine. And this actually goes, this is my mining tower. This goes all the way up. And I think I'm not going to really do things in order. You can go back and watch the series if you want to do everything in order. But I'll just kind of showcase all the builds that we did because everything was kind of in very random spots when I built it. I didn't build like things in rows or sections. I just kind of built them wherever I felt like building them. So this was my mine, and this actually goes all the way up. I need to put the mine carts in here still. This was my mine, and this was such a fun build to build because this was my 30,000 subscriber monument. We had hit 30,000 subscribers, and at the time of me filming this video, we were really close to hitting 40,000. So that's pretty crazy. I think we're at 38,000. All my copper has oxidized down here, but I built this really awesome underground monument here that says big 30,000 right there. And this was so fun to create. This was just something super different I've never done for a mining area. It was very overgrown. We have tons of place for storage and extra stone, extra ores for when I'm mining. It's all very disorganized right now. But if we go down here, these were like my little strip mines. So I would just kind of go through and collect all the resources that I needed throughout these little strip mines. So this is one of the builds in the world that I am, of course, the most proud of because it does highlight a milestone. It highlights something very, very important to me, and that's you guys. And I just want to say thank you so much for supporting this series. The first video actually has over 100,000 views as of me recording this, and my channel has never gotten that kind of number before. So it's just really, really crazy to see that, and I want to thank you guys so much for that, because that really does mean a lot. So yeah, thank you guys. It means the world. But yeah, so we came up here. That was the mine, and then I built my starter house. So this was my little starter house. I was super excited to use copper because it was new to the game, and I wanted to use it for a roof. So I have a little bit of a roof design there. It has a little bit of the nether wood as well, the warped wood. So let's pop inside here and let's take a look. Let me just show you guys the interior. Also, I'm going to sleep really quick because it's a bit dangerous. All right, let me back up a little bit. So this is my bedroom. It's a very, very quaint and cozy. We've got some looms on display. This is where I keep my valuables. Now I know I can compress these into, I think, what is it? The raw block, the raw ore block. But I don't want to do that because I kind of like the way it looks when it's uncompressed, because it's sort of like a flex. I don't know. I like it. So yeah, but that's just where I keep extra tools. This was actually my first set of diamond armor, I believe. Was it? Oh gosh, I'm having a hard time remembering. I think it was, right? Was this was like my super good set? Oh, right. This is my dragon set. Okay, this was when I wanted to take on the dragon. Right. And then this was kind of my my first set, I think is what it was. This was my starter storage. So just everywhere that I put storage throughout the series. We had a bit of a cooking area, my elytra. I think that's actually no, that is my elytra. Wait, no, my elytra's in here. Yeah, this is my dragon wings. This is my extra elytra. I thought so. I thought I had two. Then one of my favorite parts of this house, oh yeah, look at this. Starter house, Nash's abode, build number 1, established on 6/25/2021. That was 2 days before my birthday. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, this is one of my favorite parts. We have a little outdoor back patio area, sort of like a little pergola thing that's happening that's attached to the house. But this is just a little cozy area. I like it. It's pretty cool. I like my starter house. It was a really fun build. And then over here is the library where we actually found Gazpacho. Gazpacho is one of my favorite villagers in this world. Sadly, I think it was in the last video, we lost him. So I converted this into a beehive. I actually converted it into a bees area before we lost Gazpacho, because I have a whole villager area that I'll show you guys in just a second. Sadly, I did lose all my bees because I forgot to cover the campfires, and I forgot that they will fly into the campfires and they will die if you're not careful. So always cover your campfires. If you have beehives to smoke out the beehives, cover up the fire. Then the next thing we built early on in the series was my giant wheat fields, beetroot fields, potatoes, carrots, all kinds of things like this. This was a fun little project. I really like the design of just going through and having all your crops laid out in an area. We kind of switched up the design. Some have bushes around them, some have the cobblestone around them. I think it looks quite good. We've got carrots back here in the back. We also have floating UFO trees. Actually, I don't think this one's my fault. Yeah, I think this was because of the pond there and some weird wacky generation. Speaking of terrain generation, you guys stay tuned for that update later, because I'm going to be talking about that here very soon, and I'm really excited to share the news on that. So stay tuned. But let's head over this way, because this is where I keep my animals right here. We've got a little bit of a vine farm. This was my horse as well. Good times with the horse. I have a Ilmango auto smelter over there. It's the 8 furnace array auto smelter by Ilmango. If you guys want to look it up, that's what you type into YouTube and you can find it. It is great. It's fantastic. Everyone should build one because they're super fast and efficient. But yeah, this next building that we're going to look at is my Enchanted Readery, which is a place where I did all of my enchanting early on. This is, again, I might say this a lot about a lot of my builds, but this is one of my favorite builds. This is Gazpacho's Enchanted Readery, and it was established on July 1st of 2021. So look at that. It's only been a few months, but this thing got me my good armor, like got me tons of good enchants, and it was a fun design to do. I never really did anything with the top and I kind of didn't really do anything either with the underneath of the roof, but I still really like this build. I think it's super fun. Very colorful. I tried to go colorful with a lot of these builds because I usually just kind of stick with wooden builds. And so I was thinking that adding, a little bit of teal and orange and reds and stuff like that would be something fun and different. This is our dog. We never named it. Also, if you guys were wondering what this is, I think a lot of people were questioning this in the past and I never addressed it. This is a perfect time to address it. One night, me and my friend were actually talking and we were just building random things in Minecraft, and we found that axolotls will jump when you put them on bubble columns. So this actually was a jumping axolotl fountain for a long time, but the axolotls actually ended up jumping out and then they would just go somewhere. I don't know. There's no axolotls in there, but we had a good time with that. So you can totally make an axolotl fountain. It's actually quite fun to do. So we've got the grand staircase, and then this is one of my favorite builds. Again, I'm going to say that quite often because I do like a lot of the builds in this world. But this one really, really was something I was so proud of, with the chain detailing and the different patterns for the roofs, and doing this kind of layered look on the roofs. And the cross beams, that's something I never really had done before. And this is my watchtower / mining tower. So it's basically a way that you can get down into the ravine below. And that's just exactly what it's for. It's just to kind of get down into the mines. And this was built on July 7th of 2021. So yeah, this just goes down here. You kind of take this. It sort of acts as like a staircase. You can also go up too. I'll show you guys the view from up here because it's quite nice. So let's go take a look up here. Look at this. I need to add a railing to this. It's a little bit precarious, isn't it? But yeah, this is the view. Look how cool this is. So you got 360 views going on. You can see the Enchanted Readery. That's a pretty good view of the roof and all the coloring there. It's pretty nice. And we've got some villager houses here that I was going to remodel. And then over there is where we're going to go next. That is the Mausoleum, which is a pretty random build. Pretty random build compared to some of the other builds that we've done so far. But I really tried with this world to just do a bunch of different stuff that I don't know. I feel like all my builds in this world were very different. Like my starter house looks very different from the readery, and the readery looks very different from the mining outpost, and that looks different from the mausoleum. So I had fun playing with a bunch of different styles in this world. I don't know if I'll do that going forward in other worlds, but I had fun with it doing it this way. There's actually a secret little entrance here under the mausoleum, which goes to my skelly farm. So this was my early game XP farm. This was the thing that got me all of my enchanting points early on. That looks so creepy. Looks like two little eyes just like peering at me. What is that? That's from the shaders that we're using. Oh, that's just the... Oh, those are the eyes on the dungeon, the spawner. Yeah, the spawner. So you can't see this because of the shaders with the tinted glass, but there is a skelly spawner in there. So they get shot up the bubble column, goes about like 25 blocks up or something crazy like that, and they drop down here, and then they're one hit, and I can get the XP. So it's really nice. Tons and tons of bones from this, tons of arrows, like just so much good stuff, armor, yeah, everything. So this was really, really nice. But let's head on back up to the top. I will show you guys the little mausoleum build that I did, as well as the graveyard. There's a whole graveyard over here too. I just felt like skeleton, like farm. It mixes with the spooky vibes. But yeah, this is the mausoleum. Another build that I'm very proud of, very out of my comfort zone. But I like the color palette on this. The blackstone is, I think that's blackstone. I get blackstone. What is the other stuff called? Maybe this isn't blackstone. Deep slate, right? Okay, I get blackstone and deep slate confused. But this was built on July 4th of 2021. So yeah, this is my mausoleum. Very, very fun build. It's pretty cool. I got this little dead tree here, and then if we walk around the grounds here a little bit, you'll see little gravestones popping up. So yeah, this is a pretty spooky place, but it's kind of fun. I had a lot of fun designing it, again, out of my comfort zone a little bit, something I haven't really attempted before. So it was fun, even though it's got like creepy vibes. It was fun to like try to do something different than I normally do. But that is actually pretty much it for this area. This is sort of my main area. This is where I did most of my living in this world. And we've got a couple places to head over to. So I'm going to show you those. But I'm going to go to sleep really quickly so we can do this during the daytime. And I'll come back with you guys. So yeah, give me just a sec. All right, so a couple little honorable mentions that I want to show you guys. They're just small things. So the first one that I want to show you is the ruined portal that is kind of close by. Oh, also I told you guys I would show you where my villagers are. And those, hi Iron Golem, those are right here. So I had a ton of villagers in here. This is where Gazpacho lived for a really long time. He was my favorite villager in the entire world, and he's just gone. I have no clue where he went to, but he is absolutely gone, and it makes me so sad because I hope one day to find him again. That's my goal. Is I have hope that he's not dead, but I hope I can find him again one day. Another thing I want to show you guys is our portal in our nether. There's not too much to see in the nether, so I'll just kind of pop in and show you guys like the gist of it. There wasn't really anything. We just used that to go to fortresses and things like that. So yeah, that was its only use. But right near spawn was this abandoned, like ruined portal, which was super cool because were these new at the time? I can't remember when these came into the game, but everything's on fire. Oh gosh, I should probably fix that. Because everything's gonna burn down. That's not gonna be good. But popping into the nether here, this is, am I wearing gold? I am not. Huh. Okay, there might be scary mean guys coming after me soon, but we'll hope for the best. Please don't come get me. Alright, but yeah, so this was my main nether area. I pretty much always went off this way in this direction because there's a fortress off over there, which was my main fortress that I went to. But aside from that, there really wasn't anything too much in the nether. It's a very underdeveloped area. I didn't want to do too much building in here because sometimes doing YouTube videos in the nether don't really go over that well because it's just so dark in here. So I didn't want to have you guys sit through too much of that. But in the future, I do want to do a lot more nether stuff because there's so much potential in other dimensions, and I want to try to focus on that in the future. So we're definitely going to do that when it comes to other Let's Plays that we start. Wink wink. All right guys, so we are flying off over the world. We're heading over into this direction, over by the desert here. And actually really quickly, I just want to give you guys an overview of my spawn area because I want to show you guys something a little bit later on in the video that you might find interesting, and it has to do with spawn. So check this out. My spawn was right here where these trees are. We've got the village, and then over here is kind of where I started building up my little city here. So this is my spawn area. It's very much a plains, very green. We've got a little bit of mountains, and then if we go over here, we have a desert. Now hopefully I can actually make it over here because I've used quite a few rockets and I think I only had like 10 or something like that. So hopefully we can make it to our destination. But we are heading over to my desert village where I made my raid farm. So I made a raid farm because over here there's actually 2 pillager outposts super close by. And this is also the direction in which my what's it called? My stronghold is for going to the end, which is pretty cool. But I made this little tower here. So this was just a little bit of an odd-off build. It was something I wanted to do. I had recently just taken part in a Clash of the Creators where I was with 3 other team members and we took on a raid during the Clash of the Creators, and we found this cool way of kind of solidifying a village and doing raids, and it was to build these trenches, and I really wanted to come into my survival world and do something sort of based off of that. So I made this cute little tower, and this is my raid farm area. But it's not really like a raid farm. It's more like the place that I take on raids, and it's just a very safe little area. So you can kind of jump in and over. I have a beacon with regen here, which is cool. We did take on the wither as well as the dragon in this world. So that was really nice. I gotta fix you. let's see. I don't think I have any iron on me. I might have to come back and fix him in a little bit just so he's repaired and stuff. But yeah, again, not too much to see here, but I did think this was a fun build and it was a more recent build. So I wanted to show you guys. I want to do more in this style because this was quite fun. But I think what I want to do next is I want to head over to the end because that is the last place we need to go. And as I head over to the end, I wanted to talk to you guys about my big update. So I've got 3 rockets. I think I can make it back, but let's fly back home. Let's fly back over. I think it's this way. But yeah, you guys, big announcement. So I kind of hinted at it, but we are going to be starting a brand new Let's Play. So with this one finishing, we are not going to just leave it here. We are going to be starting a new Let's Play in 1.18 Minecraft. It is going to be so exciting, you guys. It's going to be so much fun. Now, I do want to give a little bit of a disclaimer. I do want to talk about why I am starting a new Let's Play and finishing this one and starting in a new world and things like that. Oh, also we're going to the end. So let's head over to my nether portal over here. This is actually perfect timing because the sun's going down. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the reason why I'm restarting. To be completely honest with you guys, I would not be restarting this world. I probably would have just continued with the brand new 1.18 update if it wasn't for the change in terrain generation. So as many of you guys know, if you've been keeping up with the Minecraft updates, if you've heard a lot about Minecraft 1.18, then you'll know that terrain generation is changing a lot. In fact, they pretty much overhauled overworld terrain generation in this new 1.18 update. Oh my gosh, I thought that pigman was a hole and I was going to fall down. I don't know. That freaked me out. But yeah, so terrain generation is going to be changing. Like they're pretty much changing everything. They're adding new biomes. The world the bottom of the world is getting deeper. The top of the world is getting taller. We're getting new caves, we're getting all new cliffs, and it's just kind of a personal preference of mine. I know not everyone is going to feel this way, but I personally really like restarting a new world, especially with how much they're changing to terrain generation. I feel like it's like I want to take the opportunity to start in a fresh world with full terrain generation. For me, I like starting a fresh new world. It just gives me new inspiration. It gives me new ideas. Sometimes when I spend too much time in an old world, I feel like I kind of lose a little bit of inspiration for it, a little bit of ideas for it because I'm sort of just really used to it. I don't know if that's the best mindset to have, but I know that it's something that happens. So basically, long story short, guys, the terrain generation is my main reason for wanting to restart. I think it's going to be epic to see a brand new seed, a brand new world with this full-on new terrain generation instead of having to go hundreds of blocks to load in new chunks and things like that. That's just my personal preference. So yeah. But we are here. This is the last place I want to show you guys. This is my Enderman Farm. It's a huge old Enderman Farm. It is so cool. And also, look at these shaders, you guys. These shaders are the Complementary Shaders. I put them on the screen at the beginning of the video, but this is Complementary Shaders, and they are just beautiful. They're one of my favorite shaders, along with BSL and Chocopic. So yeah, this is my little automatic Enderman Farm. I just have a place to collect ender pearls here, and this was my main source of XP. Once I was sort of done with my skelly spawner, this was the one. This gets you super fast XP. So this was a lot more reliable than my skeleton farm that I spent hours at, sometimes grinding for levels. Now again, there's only like about 13 episodes of this series. Hoping the next one is a lot longer. I plan for it to be, so I'm excited to get into that with you guys. But I hope you're excited for 118. I know it's a little bit sad leaving an old world behind. I know we didn't really get to do too much in this world, and you know, that's on me. But at the end of the day, I'm also very excited for 1.18. Like, I'm so excited. I'm excited to hop into all the terrain generation. I'm excited to see just what worlds look like. And speaking of, you guys, we should do that. We should see what this world looks like in the new 1.18 terrain generation. I would be extremely intrigued to see if there's any sort of difference, because maybe it actually is really similar. I don't know, but I want to see that. So let's head back to the overworld. Let's go see what spawn looks like one more time, and then we will hop into 1.18 and just see what this world looks like. Maybe it won't be too different. Maybe it'll be completely different. All right, guys, so here it is. This is spawn as we looked at before. Lots of plains, a little bit of mountains. We had the desert over there to the left. So we had our ruined portal up over here and a little bit of a village. So I'm just going to kind of go to a little area over here. And what I want to do is just do a cool little transition with you guys. Let's hop over into the brand new 1.18 terrain generation. Ready, set, go. Okay, this is not this is not 1.18. This is just without shaders. At least, yeah, everything's in the same spot. Yeah, my builds are still here. Okay, let's try this one more time. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is it. This is my seed. Let me actually just type in. So I'll put them side by side, or maybe top to top, so you guys can see that these seeds are in fact the same exact seed. This is just loaded up in the Minecraft pre-release of 1.18. Look at this. It's completely different, you guys. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that I want to do a restart for 1.18. I feel like looking at this just kind of justifies a little bit, at least to me it does, why restarting is kind of a good idea, or starting a new world. I shouldn't say restarting. It's just like just starting in a new world, getting a fresh start. Because look at this. Like, this is the same exact seed, supposed to be the same exact world, but it's completely different in 1.18. Another thing too that I think about when making this decision is sometimes you guys as viewers like to play along. And I know because I've done this in the past with some of my favorite YouTubers where I'll see that they're playing on a certain seed and I'll be like, I wonder what I can create in that seed as well. So if I were to start in my old seed, I would have, given you guys the seed for it in the past. If I would have continued in my old world, the seed would be completely different. And you guys would load up the world and be like, whoa, this seed is completely different than what you're playing in. What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Although several chunks far away might be the same, I think it just, I don't know. I feel like I'm having to kind of justify my decision for restarting a world. But at the end of the day, like, it is kind of my choice and my preference and what I want to do. And I do think that starting off in this new terrain is going to be a really nice refresh. It's just going to be refreshing. It's going to be a new start. I can get all kinds of new different ideas. It's just going to be fun and full of inspiration. So I feel like anytime I get into a new world, it just floods me with inspiration in a way that sometimes an old world doesn't once you've been in it for a while. So yeah, guys, Squid Game Nash here. She is coming at you. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I am just so excited for this 1.18 Let's Play. As of me recording this video, the new 1.18 Let's Play is going to come out the day the update launches, which is going to be November 30th. So be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and keep a lookout on my channel for that new 1.18 content. You guys aren't going to want to miss it because we're going straight to the cliffs. We're going straight to the caves. We are going to try the new advancements. I also have some challenges that I'm going to try because I want to do this Let's Play a little bit differently than I've done Let's Plays in the past. We're not just going to freeball it. We're not going to go into the world and just do the normal starter stuff. I want to add some challenges for myself, and I also want to try to complete all the advancements because I feel like it will give me something to kind of work towards. In a lot of my other Let's Plays, I just kind of do whatever I feel like I want to do. I don't really set goals in the world, so I want to try something different. I want to try to set some goals, try to see if we can accomplish some things. It is going to be so awesome. So yeah, with that being said, I hope to see you guys there from a 1.18 Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed this 1.17 Let's Play finale. A little world tour with some shaders is always fun. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hope you all have a very beautiful, wonderful Minecraft day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.